premieres with HSBC, investing in great British drama.
If you're between 18 and 40 and in good health and would like more information on becoming a donor, contact the Anthony Nolan Bone Marrow Trust on 0901 8822 234. Calls cost 25 pence per minute, or visit anthonynolan.org.uk.
Meet 12 eligible bachelors seeking that special lady.
Someone like Claudia Schiffer that will milk the cows.
With much more than just a farmyard to offer.
I'm lucky enough to be able to drive.
I'm pretty good in bed. Follow their quest for love. The Farmer Wants a Wife starts Thursday 9:30 on ITV1.
With its secret blend of herbs and minerals, Radoc's herbal bath has always been known to relax. Well, now it's actually been proven. Radoc. To feel the benefit, just add water.
Cook with electricity and gas from Yorkshire Electricity and your food will taste better than you could ever imagine.
It's gorgeous.
The truth is, electricity and gas from Yorkshire Electricity could be cheaper than British gas. Yorkshire Electricity. Stick to the facts.
He's done it again. I'm cold. So cold. He promised me the south of France, but instead of a 5-star hotel, I get a 4-man tent in the middle of nowhere. What part of I hate camping doesn't he get?
Come back to bed, love. We can't get up early in the morning for the showers.
Thinking about your next holiday? Talk to us. We can help.
First, Dyson created a cyclone, giving incredible suction. Then, we developed smaller, tighter cyclones, so that in the same space, the power could be multiplied. Again, and again, until we created the only 8-cyclone cleaner, the most powerful upright you can buy with no loss of suction, and 45% more power than a dual cyclone. The new Dyson Route 8 Cyclone. More cyclones, more power.
It may look mean, but the aloe vera plant's soothing extract enriches every single sheet of New Andrex aloe vera. New Andrex with friendly aloe vera.
Halifax credit cards, always giving you extra.
When you get heartburn on and off all day, or it wakes you up and goes on all night, try new Pepsid 2 for heartburn and indigestion. It gets to work within 2 minutes and can balance your acid for up to 12 hours with just 1 tablet. Fast-acting, long-lasting. New Pepsid 2. It's fast, it lasts, and it's just 1 tablet.
At Britain's biggest toy shop, there's a bigger choice of presents this Christmas. You can ring and reserve them at your local store, or get them delivered free. Argos, brighter prices, brighter presents, brighter Christmas.
As well as his family dishing the dirt, an interview with the entertainer himself this Friday night, Des O'Connor on Des O'Connor at 10. But now to Wednesday night's latest news.
Blair and Bush say war strategy is right and will succeed. Back in the skies, Concorde goes back to work. Asylum seekers force cut back in Channel Tunnel trains. And England football stars sent home in disgrace.
From ITN, the ITV News with Katie Darrow.
Good evening. The Prime Minister and President Bush stood side by side at the White House tonight, a month on from the start of the war against terrorism. And they promised that it would succeed no matter how long it took. Mr. Blair said his determination to see justice done was as strong today as it was on September the 11th. Mr. Bush agreed. But it would take a while, he said. It's not one of those Kodak moments. From Washington, James Mates reports.
Back in Washington for the second time in 6 weeks, the Prime Minister stepping off Concord with little fanfare or ceremony for what will be just a few hours with President Bush. The two men already speak several times a week by phone, but as he walked into the White House this evening, there remains plenty to discuss, not least Tony Blair's recent trip to the Middle East and the view from there of how the coalition's holding together. That the two men get on well is no secret, Blair going out of his way to praise the President on US TV last night.
I think he's performed magnificently during this crisis, and it's really tough. It requires real qualities of leadership, and I believe he's shown them.
At a joint press conference less than an hour ago, the President was similarly effusive. He's facing some unhappiness here with the pace of the war, and he again reiterated the need for patience.
That is not one of these Kodak moments. There's no moment to this. This is a long struggle in a different kind of war. But we're patient, and our close friends are patient, which is bad news for the Taliban and the people they harbor.
As they took questions, the two leaders were clearly on first-name terms.
You're going to go first, George, or yeah.
Tony Blair making the clearest statement yet of his war aims.
It's Al-Qaeda and the terrorist network shut down. It's the Taliban regime out. It's a new regime in that is broad-based. Now, I think those are pretty clear objectives, and I have absolutely no doubt at all that we will achieve them in full, and we will not let up until we do.
He flies home tonight to be back in London for meetings with Middle Eastern leaders tomorrow, keeping the coalition together, proving to be a pretty full-time job. James Mates, ITN, Washington.
James, what do you think Mr. Blair's visit tells us about the state of the coalition?
Well, both of them are saying for public consumption that the coalition remains in extremely good shape. Tony Blair saying just this evening, I believe the coalition is stronger now than it's ever been. He also said he was able to tell the President that from his talks with European leaders, there are absolutely no problems on that front, that Europe is right behind it. But behind the scenes, they will be worried about the sort of reception and the sort of problems Tony Blair had in the Middle East last week. They both know that holding these big coalitions together takes a lot of work. Many in Bush's cabinet know that because they were involved in the coalition that fought the Gulf War. So I think we may see quite a lot more of this high-speed shuttle diplomacy as this war goes on.
And are the American people appreciating Mr. Blair's support?
Yes, I think they are, both at a government level, talking to officials and also talking to ordinary Americans. The Americans would be doing exactly the same thing on their own if they had to, make no mistake about that. But they do recognize that it will go much better if they have help, and they greatly appreciate the sort of public face that Tony Blair has given to that.
James Mates, thank you. The Arab television station Al Jazeera has shown pictures of boys it claims are two young sons of Osama bin Laden, somewhere in Afghanistan, holding guns and talking defiantly about the airstrikes on the country. As Mark Austin reports, those attacks continue today and more of the huge daisy cutter bombs were dropped.
Picking over the debris of what the Taliban say is a downed American helicopter, two children, who the Arabic television channel Al Jazeera said this evening are the sons of Osama bin Laden. The pictures, it's claimed, were taken inside Afghanistan and, complete with defiant statements, are clearly designed to taunt the West. Bizarre images from a war which seems to be intensifying. Once again today, more bombing runs against Taliban front lines, all designed to kill troops and destroy morale. On this front line, north of Kabul,